Hey there, Matt here. Welcome to another session on the Artist's Way. So, as we have been flexing our creative muscle and in re-engaging with the creator within by shining that light of loving awareness into our artist child, change will occur. We have acknowledged and embraced this fact, but easier said than done, right? So, to make it easier, perhaps you can bring to mind a moment when you resisted a change that you knew deep down needed to happen. And while some of this resistance to change can help us see ourselves in a new way and perhaps further confirm the need for change, that resistance to what is what creates disharmony. It's what creates stress and anxiety and dis-ease, and why our health suffers and how relationships get toxic and why a business fails to pivot in a changing market. It's why I had a hernia and how I broke my wrist, because instead of embracing change, we resist it and distract ourselves from the potential discomfort of change. We distract ourselves with food, alcohol, drugs, work, relationships, media. Not to say that all of those are bad, it's how we use and abuse them. It is this uncanny human predicament we all find ourselves in. That is balancing the invitation for growth with the distracting ourselves from growth. Because as we've explored, and I'm sure you have felt, growth can be scary. Growth inherently requires change. That requires work. But notice how resisting change also requires work, and often a lot more work. But hey, at least we feel like we're in control. And so that is where our spiritual surrender comes in, that we explored on day 2 of this week, where we acknowledge that we actually have a lot less control than we might want to admit. And so by letting go of who we've been conditioned to believe we are and instead accept the expansive beauty of who we really are, those changes that might seem scary and daunting actually become inspiring and joyful, because there is so much less resistance to what is, and our life becomes more aligned with who we are. And we enter into more of a state of deep acceptance and presence with whatever we're with, because we're open and curious and realize that on the other side of this change, we can begin to heal our life, because we are loving what is, because we are coming closer into contact with the gift of life that is oozing with beauty and love and creativity. So long as we are able to, as Julia says, swipe at the blur you have kept between you and your real self. And the morning pages, in their miraculous way, is one of the many tools that help us do just that. So, let's do it. Okay, thank you so much. I don't know who you are because you're on the other side of the screen, but if you drop a comment or not, I can feel your presence. Thank you. A lot of gratitude. This would not be the same if I was going through it alone. So there's a lot of power that I feel within my own inquiry into my creative recovery, because there are others interested in doing the same thing. So reach out, drop a comment, maybe encourage someone else on their creative recovery, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Peace and love.